Like, Fraser, I guess walk us through what happened over the weekend there. I guess a big opportunity for you guys to really cement yourselves. Where do you sort of see it going wrong?
Yeah, it was a great opportunity. Flying over to the West and playing a good force team. They were able to, test us really well there. I thought we were good in patches, but obviously just weren't up to the standard over there. They had a lot to play for in front of their fans. They're quite tough to beat at home as well. So we knew it was going to be a challenge, but yeah, we just weren't able to capitalise, and we piggybacked them down the field, and they were really critical. In our A zone, in their A zone, being able to execute and get some points on the board. But it's a tough one. We'll learn our lessons and regroup.
I guess you finished the game really strong there as well, so some positives to take, but just I guess slower start than what you're probably used to throughout this season. I guess how was the travel over there? Do you still feel like you were coming out with the same intensity as you have?
Yeah, obviously wasn't the start we'd probably wanted that we've had, previous weeks. It's a weird one, flying to Perth. You don't probably realise how much it probably does actually affect you, and it's a bit of a weird one as well. What happened at the start of the game? We're on the field ready to kick off, and then there's like a 10-minute wait with the AR having to get his mic refixed. So, there's things there that we could probably do better, come together, which we did. But come together a bit quicker, get on some messages, but be able to switch on and dial in a lot quicker probably would have helped. But can't really focus on that. That's it's ourselves. We got to blame ourselves, and there's lots to work on, which is great. Like, we've got a big week this week going into a bye, so really excited for that.
What about sorry?
I was saying, Zane was saying during the week that talk of you guys being contenders too premature because you've only won one game on the road so far this season. I mean, how much of a test is that constant travel, and just what do you take away from that ahead of your next series of tours?
Yeah, it's massive. Obviously, Suncorp, we love playing there. We tend to play good football there. It's on the road where it's going to be very challenging. We've got some really tough opponents coming up in the road, going to New Zealand, going to Fiji, as you saw on the weekend, what happened there. So it's a great test. We've just got to learn how to, how the group goes together on away trips, how we can, better prepare ourselves. Are we doing things poorly that, result to poor performance? That's all just learnings that we're going to come and face with in the upcoming weeks.
You seem to have a really good rapport, which you have for a while, with Harry Wilson. Why do you love playing with him, and why does it work so well, you two guys sort of thriving off each other in a 1-2 punch?
Well, we've played football together for a while, closely since, we played together when we were 12, but closely since, first year out of school for me, or second year out of school for me, which is 2018. We played schoolboys together, all that sort of stuff, so even 2016. So if you're looking at that's 8 years ago, 8 years of football, going from Colts to men's football, understand each other's games really, really well, and obviously it helps when you have another back row partner as Liam Wright, who's doing a lot of the stuff there as well. We can sort of focus on each other's games and our strengths. Wilso loves his offloads, loves his, line breaks. He's very arty in the way he likes to play football. He expresses himself really well, and for me, my strength is support, and I know where he's going to be. I try to position myself around him. We're great mates off the field as well, so we're able to have good chats and understand what we need better and how to improve each other.
It's still improving, but I guess there's another gear that you can go to together too, isn't there, as far as your combination goes, and it can be such a powerful weapon.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, that's the growth we see, in all our games. Like, when we play good football together, you can see we're obviously off each other's hip and stuff like that, but I think it's just trying to be consistent, making sure that we're doing it week in, week out, and obviously the goal is to do it with each other at Test football. That's probably the end goal.
You probably do look at those. I mean, I know you're probably not thinking that far ahead yet, but combinations like this one, it would be something I imagine that Joe Schmidt would be looking into. But has this always been looming for you guys, this sort of ball-playing combination, or is it something that this pre-season was a particular focus point to work on?
I think it's just something that we've always had. We've always been, Wilson's always had those incredible skills, and I've always had that, the support play that's been there. I think if you look back, we've definitely done it over the past few years. It's just, the way we've probably changed our game plan and been able to focus and, have a bit more structure in our attack. And like Les says, he doesn't want to shy away from our strengths. He wants to, focus on it, push towards it. And, I think Wilson does that very well, and I think I do that very well.
What have you made of the ACT back row, Kale, Valentini? They're going great.
Yeah.
It's a challenge. What have you made of those two?
Oh, they're very athletic, aren't they? They're, Brumbies have a great back row, they always have. I think it's going to be a great matchup on the weekend. Obviously, Charlie's, you know, a new sort of player to Super Rugby, and he's so athletic and fast and strong, and good in the line-out. So I think it's going to, you know, they've got a very good combination in terms of different, you know, a balanced back row like we do here at the Reds. So it's a great test for us, and if we want to get back in, you know, be premiership contenders, it's going to be important battle on the weekend.
Sorry.
No, they have been, I guess, the trendsetters or the leaders of Australian rugby for quite some time now. I mean, is this seen as sort of an opportunity for you guys to really announce yourselves as the takeover there, or just another game for you guys?
Yeah, not really worried too much about that. I think it's just another game. It's important that this is only round 6, round 5. So I think round 6. Sorry. So we're still building into the season. You know, there's plenty to work for. We're not worried about all that sort of media, all that hype, and all that sort of stuff. We're just worried about in our bubble as a forward pack. How can we get better? You know, from the weekend prior, how can we get better? Is look at our maul. We probably should have had a maul try there. Our scrum can be a lot better. Our line-out can be a lot better. So we're just trying to work on those little things, and then around the field, how can our setup as forwards prepare the backs to, you know, finish those good tries. Not really worried about anything else, but just process week to week.
With you and Harry as well, I mean, you said he's the ball player, you're the support runner, but against the Rebels you had 4 try assists yourself there. I mean, was it a conscious conversation with Les that he wanted you to also get more ball playing into you, or was it just the nature of that game as well?
No, just the nature of the game. I can ball play. If I'm tend to be around the ball a fair bit. You know, I back my skills too, but just just happen to be in the right places at the right time.
Beautiful. Happy days. Thanks,
Cool.
guys.
Thank
Sweet.
you very much.
Cheers.
All the best.
Thanks, guys.
Hey,
Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
good luck there.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. I'll just ask another question if I can. Fraser, a doubleheader on Saturday night at Suncorp Stadium. The Super Rugby Women's play initially, and then the Reds beyond that against the Brumbies. A great occasion for rugby to have Suncorp Stadium, 4 hours of footy.
Yeah, it's awesome. Awesome weekend for it. Coming into Easter, you know, lots of family and friends can hopefully get to Suncorp and watch 4 hours of good footy. You know, the women's, playing good footy, and they really want to get their first win. And obviously for us, we're coming off a loss. And Brumbies are typically a very, very competitive game. They've been close at Suncorp and over the past 6 or 7 years. So, expecting a big crowd and support the Reds.
You enjoyed the rivalry against the Brumbies. It's one of those elite matchups in Australian rugby.
Yeah, it has. Obviously, played them a few times now over the past couple of years, and it's always been such a close game. And fortunately for them, they were able to knock us over last year at Suncorp, which it's probably still hurting a few of us. So, really, really looking forward to this weekend. And it's a great time. Like I said, it's Easter. It's about family. It's about friends. So, doing that together and at Suncorp, what a great weekend.
Thanks, Jim, for that.
Sweet.
I should ask that.
That's good. No.
Be one of the few places